Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Krisa Sartilia. I'm a representative from Senior High School Number 4 in Pangkal Pinang. I'd like to say thank you to the honorable adjudicators because having me to deliver my argument. The Kyoto Protocol, Paris Agreement, and COP26, what do they all have in common? All three major climate change conferences have not yet given an effective solutions to the environmental degradations that we are in right now. There's yet to be a collective legal responsibility that imposes the same burden for individuals and corporations, which make them accountable for their decisions to produce and consume endlessly. On proposition, we say we need to have both solutions and legal actions to crystallize debate on side propositions. Firstly, let's frame the context of society in which we operate in and our progress to environmental protections. Why now are all alternatives ineffective and we must restore a new policy? Firstly, regulations from all the government do not work, especially for huge corporations who hold an immense amount of political power and therefore are able to lobby the government to make sure that climate change policies do not get passed. Exactly like how the world's major oil companies like BP, Shell, and ExxonMobil donated to countless political campaigns to ensure that carbon tax will not be passed and continue to directly push against climate change policies to tackle global warming. Secondly, panel knows that the opposition constantly say that when other regulations won't work, that means our new policy won't either. Because on our side, we do a different thing. We do a collective action that requires both parties, individuals and corporations, to be accountable by recycling within their capacity at the very least. We show that we should do this principally. Secondly, on our model. Firstly, what is the type of recycling that we want? Obviously, for individuals and corporations, the type of recycling will be very different due to the scale of their capacity and their nature. The participation will be fine and also in occurrences depending on the scale of the problem. Let's qualify. For organizations, we will focus on they produce, and for individuals have to recycle their individual consumptions. So, if they buy something, they have to recycle that. At this point, it is very important to recycle, and every single person has to work together in this very crucial period. It's not just a singular responsibility of an individual or a corporation. Secondly, there will be a certain independent body in every district will make sure that its recycling is done. And thirdly, we will actively promote and socialize the need for recycling and how to do it and how we will criminalize those who do not recycle. So, these individuals and organizations do not have an excuse of not knowing that they have to do this. I'm going to forward two arguments to my speech. Firstly, why not recycling constitutes a crime, thus it is justified to pronounce us by both entity, and secondly, why you get long-term change on our side, that why not recycling constitutes as a crime. Firstly, let's characterize the urgency of the problem. Without collaborative actions, the environment would continue to deteriorate at its current world, which would be a major problem. We literally live in a crucial time where climate change specific significant problem and we have to do something about it before it's too late. And the only way to actually have a chance of fixing this world is to work together and to cooperate and to not contribute even more in impact of climate change is global and no one is exempt from it. That means no one is exempt from trying to stop it and massive harm to collective members of society or even causes direct harm to living beings are important elements of our ecosystem. When the subject of criminalizations have the capacity to be responsible for their actions and therapy, when there's capacity to act, but the sad party chooses ignorance, this look like criminalizations based on negligence. Note that in the status quo, we already have laws against environmental crimes such as Green Water Act and anti-lodging, etc. This policy is just an extension of these laws, so let's fulfill our burden. Individuals or organizations have a certain duty to the world to ensure that climate change will not destroy it. Exactly, because they live in this world and have been polluting it and contributing to the destruction of our climate, whether it is in small way or in massive contributions, is that they have a certain responsibility to fix the problems that they help too. Cause if they want to continue living in the world, if we don't do anything about the current environment, it will be far too late. Actively to choosing to chose do not do this is highly harmful to everybody on this earth, that worsening the climate change problem will contribute to making this world unlivable. They are actively harming the world's population persist for so long, where people keep passing the responsibility to somebody else. We want to stop this on our side. How secondly, they are actively choosing to not recycle when there's already awareness and consequences that they know what will happen if they don't do this. So this surely fulfills the negligent elements of criminalizations. Let's be clear, they have the choice of either recycling or not recycling. We think recycling is very easy and doable for everybody, where you learn to do it from kindergarten. So justice they have to just recycle and avoid punishment. But if they continue to not choose not to do, so we think it is justified that they have to face the consequence of their own actions. Nothing will be done about climate change if we do not criminalize this. The climate will keep worsening until it's far too late. But onto my second point, then, about why you get long-term solutions on our side. Our promise is very clear. This is the most effective way to changing the behavior of individuals and organizations, which is the key of environmental protections at times. Why right now is necessarily to recycle. We can't wait for your engineering, etc. to save us for climate change, where it's literally already a huge problem now. And we cannot afford to wait another 100 years. We cannot pass to the next generations, because by then it will be far too late. Recycling plays a huge role in actually stopping or at least slowing down climate change. It's time to care about our trash, because they play a huge role in contributing to destruction of our environment. We live in a consumer-driven world with a growing desire for new things. We cannot continue to emit more and keep consuming, but we have to make sure that what we emitted that need and recycling and the importance of recycling does, because most people have adopted the mindset that do it or that I'm just one, I will just do things, I will just that benefits. I'm usually wait where they can see and receive those money for recycling. That's not money for recycling work either. What's for those who actually the biggest emitters are the upper class and big corporations. You have known it for those rewards and would not. So what would these criminalizations actually lead to? Firstly, to have a fear of people are usually afraid of having anything, that reputations they would want to avoid these things and they would like to start recycling and the habit of it. We think changing their behaviors up. It's actually effective in stopping the huge ignorance where people would continually recycle once. This will once play a huge role in stop our environment crucial problem. That's all from me. Thank you.